guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Toni and I am a homeschooling mom to 4 kids. We are talking today about Thanksgiving. We're gonna make Thanksgiving fun this year. If you have been around to experience the year of 2020, it has not been very fun. It's been kind of ridiculous. And I know a lot of people may be disappointed in the way things are going with Thanksgiving, whether it's travel bans or quarantine or family that's sick or you might be sick, or just things are not going to be normal this year. So I have come up with 10 ways that we can make Thanksgiving fun this year for our kids and for us, and hopefully this will be a fun Thanksgiving that we can remember. Hopefully it can be a great distraction for all the stuff that's going on around in the world around us. So if you want to hear my 10 ways to make Thanksgiving of 2020 super fun, then stay tuned. Number 1, if you have any control over your child's school, if you are a homeschooling mom or you are able to control their schedule, take the week off. That is my first amazing idea for making Thanksgiving of 2020 special. Take the week of school off. There is no reason to be doing school this week. I think the year of 2020 has given us any excuse that we could possibly need to take this week off. We're gonna make it fun. We usually do school Monday through like Wednesday, and then we take Thursday and Friday off every single year. But really, I think that seems kind of silly this year. I think we can make the whole week fun. For some reason, I always wait until Christmas to take the whole week off, but there's no reason we can't make Thanksgiving fun. So that is my first tip. Take the week off of school. Okay, so number 2, load up on library books. Go to the library, check out a ton of books, and have a readathon. I remember when I was in school, we used to have these days, I think it was just called a readathon or I don't remember what the name was, if it was some like a snazzy name to it. But basically, it was a day where we would bring our sleeping bags to school, we would wear our jammies, and we would read all day. And it was so fun. That was probably my favorite day of the year. Mostly because you didn't get to do school. Not because I was an amazing reader, because I loved reading, but it was so fun. So that's the second thing you can do. Load up on library books, have a day where you get out sleeping bags and everybody lays down in the living room and you read. Now, I have a little one who's not gonna lay there and read all day. So if you're like me and you're like, that would never work because I have little kids, that's fine. They can be doing other stuff or you can be reading with them if you wanna read some books with them and then have them go play. But the big kids especially can lay down and read, and I think it would be so fun. Buy a bunch of junk food. We usually, when we have like a special movie night or we have, we want to make a special day about, for some reason, I go to our Vet and Dent store and I load up on a bunch of like Little Debbie's and candy sometimes and like whatever junk food I can find that's super cheap and just load up on it. Have the food out. Obviously you don't want your kids to get sick, so be smart. Don't let them completely go crazy. But it's fun to have those options, have some chips, have some fun drinks and things like that. And have this day where your family lays down in the living room and just snuggles up and reads. If you have a fireplace, light the fire. You could make this such a fun thing. Mom can read too. If my little one will let me, I would love to lay down and read while my kids are in the same room and everybody just read all day long. It'd be super fun. I'm gonna try. They're probably not gonna be able to read all day long, so I would read for as long of a stretch as your kids can handle, and then get up and have a dance party, and then read some more. And then if you want to tuck your little one in for nap, and then you and your big kids read some more. And then later maybe take a break to play a board game, and then read some more. And then later that night you could even watch a movie night with dad, with popcorn. And my kids love to put candy in their popcorn. When they don't do it every time we have popcorn, but they love to put jelly beans or Smarties or whatever candy we have and sprinkle it in the top of the popcorn. I know it sounds weird, but try it. It is good. So make a fun movie night at the end of the night, and that will just tie it all together. I guarantee that's going to be a day that your kids are going to remember. Do that one day this week. Okay, number 3, bake with your kids. Now you might be a mom that already does this all the time, but most of us get busy with school and housework and things like that, that when you do need to bake, a lot of times you just kind of do it yourself so that it's done. My girls do bake a lot on their own. I'll give them a recipe and they'll go bake, but actually me and them in the kitchen baking together doesn't happen a whole lot. When you go to the library, get some books. I got, this book looks really cool on cake mix creation, so I already bought a cake mix the other day, so we can try something new with that. There's holiday cookies, which would be super fun to try out a bunch of new holiday cookies. And then this one is called Me, Myself, and Pie, and I already made one pie out of this, which was really, really good. It was actually a savory pie, but this has all kinds of pies in it. Get a bunch of different books. Don't just go on Pinterest, because that is kind of the easiest thing to do, but get these books out, sit on the couch with your kids, pick a new recipe that you guys want to try, and all of you make it together. You are sneaking in math because you'll be measuring and things like that, but make it fun. So I think the best thing to do, if whether you have boys or girls or whoever, because my son loves to bake with us too, so make a day or just a couple hours where you're going to bake together. Put on aprons and just make it fun. Number 4, take those baked goods that you just baked the day before and go take them to either neighbors or friends or family. If you're not sure neighbors would be comfortable in this season with getting baked goods from someone they're not super close with, go take them to your friends, go take them to your family that you know will eat after you have made these things. I guarantee you that's gonna lighten their day. Another thing that's tied in with this, with number 4, write thank you cards. Get some pretty thank you cards. I picked up these cute thank you cards a little while ago and I haven't used them yet. They're actually just like, it says, oh, hello there. Get some cute cards. Have your kids write a nice little thank you card. Thank you for being my friend, or thank you for this, or whatever. Something that shows their appreciation for their friends or their family or whatever. Put it on top of a little plate of cookies or on top of a pie or whatever it is you want to take to your friends. Get some throwaway pie holders or cupcake holder things that they have at the store so that you can just take it to them. They don't have to give you the plate back. But I think this idea would be so fun. It's gonna get your kids into the attitude of gratitude, and instead of thinking, oh, poor me, this isn't gonna be the Thanksgiving we want it to be, have them serve people and take things to people and think of other people. And I think the thank you notes and the food is just the best way to do that. Number 5, now this might seem crazy to some people. This is one of my favorite things to do, but I think this would be super fun if you're not someone that normally rearranges furniture. Rearrange your furniture. And you're like, what does that have to do with Thanksgiving? Nothing. But Thanksgiving we have been going through this ridiculous year of 2020 for way too long, and way too much of the same old thing. Change it up. I'm serious. Maybe you have some chairs or couches or something, whether you put them in a different place in the room and just rearrange it, or you take something from one room and put it in another room. Yes, it does take some muscle. I promise you, my husband almost never helps us with this. Me and my kids rearrange our furniture all the time. My daughter, who's 11, has helped me move the piano multiple times from one side of the room to the other. You can do this. Your kids are stronger than you think, and you're stronger than you think too. Rearrange your furniture, make it new, make it fun, and I guarantee your kids will love it. It is, my kids, every single time I rearrange the furniture, which I do very often, they come in the room and go, oh, Mom, it looks so good. Oh, I love it. It looks so much bigger. And they just love it. It's never been a disappointing thing when we rearrange furniture. So do that. I guarantee that'll be a fun thing to do one day. They will have fun helping with it, and it'll be such a fun end result, and things will just be different. Number 6, start a secret sibling gift exchange for your kids. This is something that we usually do for Christmas Day. My kids all draw names. We've done this the last few years, and that's who they buy for Christmas Day, and they've loved it. Well, we had some bickering and some issues with each other lately a couple weeks ago, and I decided, you know what? We're gonna do Secret Sibling the entire month of November and December. You're thinking of this other sibling every single week. So this is something I would encourage you to start on Thanksgiving week. And what we do is every Friday, they have to do something special for this other person. Now, the trick is they can't let on who their secret sibling is. So even when it comes to little notes or writing a note on a gift or something like that, I usually write it for them because they would recognize each other's handwriting. So they have to get creative. They have to get a little bit sneaky about that. It doesn't have to cost a lot. My kids have wanted to buy something for each other every week. The first week we did the Dollar Tree. I let them go in and pick something out, and they secretly gave it to me. Nobody saw each other's thing, and I went up and paid for it that time. The second week, we went to our Benton Dent store, and I said, here's the deal. I want you to keep it at a limit of $3, which really wasn't that hard. And I said, I want you guys to pay for it this week. Because yeah, mom could pay for it every single week, but how much sacrifice is that really giving for them? So this week, they went to Bentenden, and it did take a little bit longer. I had some of the kids in the back of the store hanging out back there while one of them would show me what she picked out, and then I would go up front while she paid, and I'd actually let her go put it in the car if I couldn't fit it in my purse and different things like that. But it worked out great, and I can't tell you, every Friday they are so excited to open their gift. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a gift. They could do something for the other person, and that was part of my beginning idea about this, was do something special for them. They just have to do it in a way that the other siblings can't figure it out and can't figure out who it is. But this has been such a blessing so far. I feel like it's really encouraged them to just think of each other, and I think this would be a really fun thing to start on Thanksgiving. So do a secret sibling exchange. Number 7, schedule a Zoom meeting for each of your kids with one of their friends. My kids have friends that they haven't seen in a while. 2 of my girls, their best friends, live like 30 minutes away. And because of all the craziness that's been going on, they haven't seen them in like months. So what I'm going to do is each day this week, like Monday, I will try to coordinate with the mom of my oldest daughter's friend and see if they can do a Zoom at some point on Monday. Tuesday, I'll do the same thing, but with my second daughter and her friend of her choice, and schedule something for her. And I'm gonna try to do that for each day this week. Now, one tip with that is we have done family Zoom before where we were all sitting together talking to either grandma or friends or whatever. If your kids are anything like mine won't say much unless they're directly asked a question. They'll just stand there and smile awkwardly. So don't do it when everybody's in the room. Give your child one-on-one with their friend. When my oldest daughter has done a Zoom before with her friend that she doesn't see too often, and I gave her a chance to go in a room by herself and talk, and they talked and talked and talked because no one was watching, no one was standing over their shoulder, the shyness was gone. It was so much better than if I was in the room or if I let her siblings be in the room or whatever. Then it just seemed like it kind of put pressure on them. Zoom is awkward anyway, but if you let them do it by themselves, within a minute or so, they'll get warmed up. I'm not a huge fan of Zoom because it is kind of annoying and awkward, but it is an amazing tool too when you can't see people. So try to figure out a Zoom that you can do with each of your kids, their own special time one day, each day this week. And if they don't have a friend that they could do Zoom with, get grandma on Zoom or get, aunt or uncle or somebody like that so that they can have their special time with a friend. So I think that would be a really special thing to make this Thanksgiving feel a little bit more special. Number 8, do all the crafts that you never do. If you're like me, I have all these crafts that I've either pinned on Pinterest or I've checked out books from the library, or I've just thought, oh, we should make turkeys out of construction paper or whatever. We never get to it, ever. If you're a homeschooling mom and you've got all this stuff to do with school, the extra stuff almost never happens. Take a day where you're gonna do crafts. You're gonna be okay with glue and glitter and Play-Doh or whatever it is, clay, get paint out, whatever you wanna do some fun crafts. When you go to the library, get some of these fun Thanksgiving craft books, or just craft books if you don't want it to be Thanksgiving related. But I got this super simple Thanksgiving activities. It's just super simple, easy things that I just never make time for. They've got like place card holders that you can do. I know in the past we've done like those where you weave paper and you make a little paper placemat for Thanksgiving. We've done that in the past. They have this cute a mason jar, and you use Mod Podge and you just collect leaves from outside and you cover it with leaves, and then you can put like a candle inside or something. Super simple, super cute, doesn't cost a whole lot, but stuff that your kids would probably love to do that we never make time for. And if you don't have books, this is when you can use Pinterest because there's so many ideas on there that won't cost you anything. Just say we're all gonna sit around the table and draw a turkey, or trace your hand and then turn it into a turkey or something. Little stuff like that at least for me, I never make time for stuff like that because we always have so much else going on. Take some time to devote just to those fun crafts that you know that your kids are gonna love that we just never make time for. Okay, number 9, put up your Christmas tree. You may have already done this. I might be one of the last people that hasn't put up their Christmas tree in 2020. but I wanted to stay somewhat of a normal year, which for us means we put up our Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving. I know there have been a lot of people that have put up their tree and decorations and all kinds of stuff in the last month or maybe even earlier than that. I didn't want to do that yet. So we are going to put up our Christmas tree on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving, just like we normally do. And I think that would be a fun thing for you guys to do after you've dedicated your whole week to doing all these things for your kids. On Friday, get all the stuff out, put up the tree, play some carols, eat some of the cookies that you guys made earlier in the week, and just have some fun doing that as a family. So that's a really easy, completely free thing because you probably have all this stuff in your basement anyway, and you know the kids always love stuff like that. So get them involved, get dad involved if he's home. That would be a really fun ending to the Thanksgiving week of 2020. Number 10, you guys ready for number 10? Number 10 is just for mom. This is not a fun thing for the kids, even though you can have them help a little bit. Number 10 is reorganize, declutter your schoolroom. If you're a homeschool mom, whether you school in the schoolroom or whether you just school in the dining room or wherever you keep all your school books, a lot of times by this time of year, the schoolroom has become less organized and probably a little bit of a disaster compared to what it was when you started school back in August or September, whenever you started school. I'm not going to show you what mine looks like, but it's a bit of a disaster. Just take my word for it. So I think the best way to finish off the week after you've spent every single day doing fun stuff with your kids and for your kids, take an afternoon or an evening, have the kids help put all their stuff away. So if they have books out or whatever, get everything back to being organized again, declutter. I watched this video the other day by the Minimal Mom. If you haven't watched her yet, you need to. I'm not a minimalist, but I do love a lot of the idea behind it, and I want to kind of have some of that in my life. So I'm planning on going through a couple of our cabinets that have all these things in them that are these manipulatives that I might need to use these or whatever. I've kept all these things that could be helpful, but really the like manipulatives and things, I'm on where I only have 2 kids left that would really use those, and they don't really use them that much. And I have too much in there. So I'm gonna go through our cabinets. I'm going to declutter, donate, sell, whatever I need to do with the stuff that we don't need anymore, and really try to simplify our schoolroom. And I think that would be a really neat thing for everybody to do right now. And if you do it on Thanksgiving week, when you've taken the week off of school and you go back Monday, can you imagine just the feeling of walking into your schoolroom or your dining room or wherever it is that you do school and just having everything organized and clean and fresh? And you might even rearrange. If you're like me, I probably will rearrange a little bit. And you're just walking in like it's the first day of school again. And I just think that would be a super fun ending to the week. I will probably listen to an audiobook while I'm doing that, where you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But just that is an enjoyable thing for me. But the main goal would be to make this place, make this space, which is your office. If you're a homeschool mom, this is your office. Like everybody else that goes to work and has a little cubicle or an office, they spend most of their day there. If you're like me, you spend a good chunk of your day in the schoolroom. And if it becomes somewhere that's not really fun to come into because it's gotten cluttery and messy and it's kind of overflow and things like that, it just makes it not really exciting to start school. So that's my number 10. Do this for you, do this for your kids, and I bet you won't regret it. There's no way you'll regret making it look nicer. So that's it, guys. Those are my 10 ways that you could make Thanksgiving of 2020 fun. And I hope it works for you. Let me know in the comment section which of these ideas, or all of them, if any of these, that you're gonna try to implement this week. I hope you can take at least a few of these ideas and implement them into your Thanksgiving week. And I hope it'll just make it fun for your family. I think it would just be nice to do whatever we can to make this a special year for us, for our family, for our kids. In this kind of year of uncertainty, let's just try to make this a fun week that our kids will remember, and that you'll remember too, because mom needs some fun change too sometimes. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, because that's the biggest encouragement you could give to me, is just that people actually like my videos. So if you do like it and you enjoyed this and it's helpful for you, give me a thumbs up, please. And if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do so you're notified next time one of my videos comes out. Thanks for watching, and happy Thanksgiving.